Welcome, welcome. Are you guys ready to get this started? We are so excited to have such a good turnout. We are so looking forward to this event and this opening of Spanish Fork Parkway. I'm Councilwoman Beck, and I am just going to welcome and introduce our speakers and get the ball rolling. We know you all have busy lives and possibly even better things to do tonight, so we'll get the ball rolling. More details will come with our costume contest for the kids and food after the ribbon cutting. So I'll turn it over to Mayor Hakes.
Thanks, Stacy, and thanks Spanish Fork City for putting on this event. I did not realize that all we had to do is do a railroad crossing and get this many people out and involved to come to a ribbon cutting. This is pretty cool. I'm not sure I've been to a ribbon cutting of any business of this size, and if we could get them out for business ribbon cuttings like this, it'd be pretty cool, Mayor. But I want to thank everyone for coming this evening. Obviously, this is a big deal. These type of things take a lot of time and a lot of effort. I just so happen to be in the position today where I get to participate and take advantage of the fruits of the labors that have been put on for many, many years prior to this. I was talking to Mayor Leifson earlier, and he was talking about he thinks it's about 13 years they've been working on this with Union Pacific and trying to get this deal done, and that's pretty cool that we've been able to stick with it and pull this off. This is going to be a great thoroughfare for our residents in Mapleton to be able to travel down into Spanish Fork. We love using your roads, Mayor. We appreciate that. Please keep them nice and smooth for us and wide, and so we can make our way to Costco and back quickly. That's what we like to do, because it's a necessity for us. So thank you. Well, we are super grateful in Mapleton to be able to work with Spanish Fork so closely, and you just need to know you've got great staff here, great people. They truly want what's best for our communities, and that's a big deal. You've elected the right people, and hopefully we can keep that going over the next couple months here and keep the people that are really have our best interests at heart, which is what we have today. We want to thank MAG for the efforts and the funds that they've put forward to helping this project come forward. It's hard to do something like this just as a community or two together, and so MAG has helped push funds forward, and Union Pacific obviously for working with us to get this done. Thank all of you for your support, and like I said, this is going to relieve on 400 North quite a bit for us and help us get in and out of here and improve both communities. And for that, we're grateful. I have many friends that live in this community right here behind us and off to the side here. And I know that they're all excited, and we're excited for Mapleton. And just many thanks. And we're here for you, Mayor, for whatever you need here in the city of Spanish Fork and to support you. And thanks for all of our elected officials for coming and supporting us tonight. And thank you, everyone, for being here.
I think it is a little dangerous if the mayor of Mapleton says, anything you need, Mayor, we're here for you. So before the end of today's ribbon cutting, we'll have a list for you, Mayor, and we'll share it with you. And I'm sure it'll have a few zeros behind it as well, but we'll certainly reach out for you. As a city manager, I have the opportunity to be involved in a lot of the details of these kinds of things, and I thought, first of all, what could I say that might be inspirational at a ribbon cutting for a railroad crossing? And I thought maybe that was a little lofty. Then what could I maybe share that was informational? And I think, honestly, the most important thing informational right now that I could share is there is a bunch of food that we have in the back here from a number of wonderful businesses. There's pizza and sandwiches and I think a few other offerings from some of these great businesses at the end of Spanish Fork Parkway here. So if you can smell that pizza, it's because it's right over there and it's here for you. Please enjoy it. I wanted to just give a little bit of a look back at how long this has been in the works. This area behind me is known as the Legacy Farms annexation. And that annexation actually started in the year 2007. So if you think back to 2007, obviously none of the houses behind me were there, and this was just a farm field, and the idea of this railroad crossing hadn't been conceived. That annexation process took 3 years, and at annexation, so 2010, The roadway for Spanish Fork Parkway behind me was dedicated to the city. So we have had the right-of-way for this road for 13 years now. But the ability to build a railroad crossing and the road behind it doesn't just happen like that. Of course, this kind of a road requires millions of dollars. And so the process, of course, slowed down to what anybody would have thought. But that was okay because development in this area really didn't start happening until about 2016. But then right around 2019, boy, it really took off. And many of you that came from the neighborhoods behind me would say, yep, I got here in 2020, maybe 2021, and this crossing is needed. And we totally agree. We totally agree. I remember with a little bit of sadness and a pit in my stomach in 2021, a meeting with maybe a number of you, where we talked about how long it was still going to take for this crossing to happen and how frustrated you were as residents that you had to go around to get to parts west of here. Just today, for fun, I drove the route that many would drive. It was 7 minutes from right here around to this light. And that was in good traffic. And as Mayor Hakes mentioned, 400 North can sometimes back up. So tonight sometime, from this point to that point, it's going to take 30 seconds. I think that's pretty inspirational. But this road isn't just for the neighborhood, right? This is a very important regional connection. And we know that. We've been planning for this to be that way, like I said, for over 13 years. A couple of thanks that have to be shared. First of all, to a number of our engineering staff. Before naming any names, I know I'll miss some. So I'll just say to all of our engineering staff, thank you. They have worked significant hours, significant worry to get this done. And all across the city, a number of great employees. To our state partners at UDOT, to the railroad for their work with us in helping us to get this through. And especially the last even couple of weeks, getting this finished. We appreciate their support. And the regional planners at MAG, that's a group that none of you probably know about, but that's okay. They quietly do what they do to help us solve regional transportation matters. We are so excited for this connection. I'm sure not any more excited than you, but from one individual that has been involved in the planning and execution of this road for over 13 years, today is a great day. Today is a phenomenal day, and we're excited to be able to share this with you and to celebrate this with you. Thank you.
Good evening. Thanks for coming out. My name is Nathan Anderson. I represent Union Pacific Railroad, and this is a great night. This crossing is a big deal. Your presence here conveys your passion for this project, and I appreciate that. Now, I'm sure that not all of you were involved, but I think for everyone who's here tonight, there was someone else on the public policy side, on the UDOT planning side, on the engineering side of this whole project that was involved. There are a lot of people who had their hands involved in making this project move forward, and we're grateful for all of them for the work they've done. The goal for any new public crossing that we look at is safety. And why is that? Well, because about every 3 hours, somebody in this country gets hit by a train. So I'm going to take just a minute and say, please be safe. I think I saw Operation Lifesaver Utah walking around here. We have organizations that are waving their arms right back here. We have organizations in the state who are dedicated. All they do is teach people about being safe around rail crossings and around railroads. I got to tell you, I've seen people playing on the ballast here, kids walking on the ballast, walking on the tracks. I've asked some of them to move away. So just all I want you to do tonight is promise me that whether you're here to watch an eclipse or a sunset or sneak a peek at Stadium of Fire, that you're not going to park on the tracks, that you're not going to walk on the tracks, that you're going to stay on the road, move through the crossing, use the path that's there. Spanish Fork has been a tremendous partner in this whole process. UDOT, Utah County, we're also very, very involved to find opportunities to say, how can we improve the total safety at railroad crossings in the area by adding this crossing here? We appreciate the collaboration immensely. On behalf of Union Pacific and the 1,000 employees that work here in the state of Utah that desire nothing more than your safety. I want to say thank you to everybody who was involved in this project for getting it across the finish line. It's been hard work. A lot of efforts been made, and we're grateful to be here. Thanks very much.
My husband, Gabe, and I moved to Spanish Fork in 1998. We have been here for 25 years. We had 2 baby girls when we moved to Spanish Fork, and we moved here after he was done with physical therapy school, which he went to in North Carolina, where he was from. We came back here and we moved to Spanish Fork because we really couldn't find anywhere else in Utah County. He had a job at the hospital and really nowhere else that we could afford. So we kind of came here by accident. But what we found was home. What we found was community. And there were fewer than 20,000 people that lived in this beautiful city when we moved here. And now there's over 43,000 people that live here. And I am so happy and proud of the progress that our city has made and the welcoming arms, the welcoming embrace that we have to all of the new residents, who include our children and grandchildren. My 5 kids have all moved away. They've grown up and they've moved away, but our oldest daughter just moved back. She's in our basement, and we're hoping desperately that she finds a place to live here in Spanish Fork, because this is not just a great place to raise kids, it's a great place for our grown kids to come back home to. I want to thank the city leaders, the mayor, the city council. Representative White is here. We've got Commissioner Gordon, who used to be a council member here in Spanish Fork. Senator Mike McKell is on a trade mission with the governor in Mexico right now, but he has worked tirelessly on behalf of the city and representing you in the Utah State Senate. And there are a lot of incredible people who've worked for a long, long time to make sure that the people of Spanish Fork, the people in South Utah County, here in this region in Mapleton, that we can move freely, and that we can have opportunity, that we can be safe, and that we can live in a beautiful place that is home. Thank you to all of you. And okay, as Lieutenant Governor, and if you're like my mother, you have no idea what a Lieutenant Governor is. It doesn't matter. But I do oversee elections. That's one of the things I do. So I have to remind you that we have a municipal election on November 21st. So it's in a few weeks. Don't forget to vote. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being a wonderful, important, meaningful part of our community.
Well, that's not fair. I didn't expect the Lieutenant Governor to say some things and make me emotional sitting there. As the mayor of this city, what gets an elected official emotional about a community is when somebody starts talking about how important it is for our families, for our livelihoods, for our business community, and especially when you're celebrating the movement of people from A to B. So vital and so important in a community. And I appreciate Nathan from Union Pacific touching on that. It's not only a safety issue of all those people that were, kind of crammed on 4th North here and getting down into our old blocks of Spanish Fork and then going past Goose's house and right Goose and getting to Costco and everywhere else. It changed. It changed, it changed how many cars were going in an area. And so this being completed for us today, for you today, is a huge step in the progress of Spanish Fork. But I appreciate the Lieutenant Governor's words in making sure that you don't forget the pride. The pride that whether you've been here 20 days and you're a new home that just moved in up here, or you've been here 20 years on the east side of Spanish Fork, this is a big deal. This road serves at least a third of our residents. Like Mayor Hakes touched on, at least all of Mapleton, right? You all come down this way. But that's thousands of people that will be coming this way to not only go to our new retail center down here in Canyon Creek, but also think of how many families, young families, will be going on this road to and from a hospital for your new kid, your new grandkid. I always think about, and I thought about this up at the legislature. At one point, I told Amber, my wife, this years ago, that as lawmakers, they were talking about how to figure out, hey, how do we get more people to and from the Capitol when you need to, or Salt Lake, and it's just so congested. There's so many people on that road, and I get it. I get the frustration. None of your local government leaders live anywhere else, but here in Spanish Fork, we drive the same roads you do. We shop at the same places. Nobody's removed from that. But I remember somebody saying how frustrated they were with the people in the cars, and at one point, someone else said in that meeting, think of who's in those cars. Think of who's traveling with you. So I want you to think of that as you come up and down this road. That could be someone going to a pretty emergency response system at the hospital, right? That could be somebody that maybe needs to get down to a retail sector to get baby food for their baby, whatever it may be, right? Remember, there's people in those cars. There's people in these trains, right? So make sure to remember the humanity. It's not just pieces of metal and steel, but there's people inside of them. There's lives that matters. Just like where it's important for you to go, it's equally as important the people that are traveling with you. Now that's a tangent I didn't expect to get on, so I apologize. But as I look at the people that are here to celebrate this, it is so important. The City Council, I can't thank you enough for your leadership. This is not an easy gig for anybody that wants to volunteer, throw your hat in the ring someday. These are the tough parts that as development happens, it takes a while for roads like this to come in, for things to get built. It does take collaboration with state and federal partners and the railroad to make this happen. Mayor Leifson is not telling a joke when this is over a decade old. He's been working on this for a long time. We're benefactors to be here today with you. So I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for your patience. This is a big day. It's a big day for Spanish Fork. We have a lot of them. How many of you were down at Target just the other day for that big day? Was anybody there? A few hands here and there. That was a big day for Spanish Fork. You can easily get there quicker now, and that's a fear for myself and Amber. How many times does she need to go to Target in a week? I don't know, but she'll probably set a record. And so this road will just make it that much more accessible for, again, not only your retail needs, but the connectivity of safety of what you need to get back and forth in your daily lives. And so, again, for the council, the commissioners that are here, John, Shauna, I see Michelle, I think she was here earlier, but Todd and Joseph as well. Those commissioners have helped shape development by development, home by home that has been permitted here. And so us as a council, I know we're thankful for the Planning Commission, for Chris Thompson, for Jared Johnson, for the engineering staff that's taken so many hours, so many days out of their time to make sure this is a day that we can celebrate. And so I appreciate those partners, the collaboration that's happened here. Again, I can't emphasize it enough. This is what it means to live in the home of pride and progress. Of course, like the Lieutenant Governor touched on, we're proud of our heritage. We're proud of when we were 5,000 people, 10,000 people, and 20,000, and now 43,000 plus. We're still the home of pride and progress, and that community spirit will never leave us. This is just another step in growing that community pride, but also the progress to get us traveling safely from A to B. So again, as your mayor, I feel so lucky to be with you today, and a lot of the celebrations that are years and years in the works. But thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for understanding. If you ever have any questions, reach out. And if we don't know the answers, we'll get you to the right answers. We'll find out with you. And that collaboration sure exists with us and you as the citizenry, because that's what local government's about. Not to discount anything from the state level, from the federal level at all. But as Jefferson said, the government closest to the people usually governs best. And that's simply because we live with you. We're in your day-to-day lives and experiencing the same things. So again, thank you so much for being here. Nick has told me that something else is going to happen and I'm supposed to do something else. If everybody can help me count down to 10, we need everybody loud with us, counting down from, what did you say, Nick, 5? Oh, 10. We're going to start at 10. Mayor, do you know how to start at 10, Mayor Leifson? Mayor Leifson has got that many fingers. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's good to see you.